martial law, social and civil, aliens, human hybrids, Nephilim, the Great Deception, world chaos, tsunamis. You want to stay tuned for special edition End Time Revelations with Pastor Henry Shaffer and Pastor Steve Hall.
Well, and welcome to another episode of special edition of End Time Revelations. I'm one of the hosts of the program here, Henry Shaffer, and I have in the studio with me my host as well, Steve Hall.
And it's good to be back on the show this afternoon. I'm excited. God has showed me some new things concerning the end times, and that's what this segment is all about, special edition End Time Revelation. So we want you to hang on. Buckle your seatbelt. This might be a bumpy ride for some of you Walmart lovers. And also, it is good to have in the studio with us today Bishop John Aguilar. My brother, it's always a pleasure to have you.
And I'm glad to be here and excited about what you're going to talk about.
Is your wife probably tuning in at this point, and does she love Walmart?
Yeah.
Is she walking around in Walmart right now?
Is she in Walmart right
Actually, she's not at Walmart. She's doing the Ross and TJ Maxx thing. You know, that's
okay.
the other men in her life.
Okay, I got you. So we're going to discuss some things that's going to be eye-opening, ear-popping revelations for a lot of people today, because everybody has a connection to Walmart. Can I get a good amen out there in the listening audience?
Amen.
Amen.
So that's where we're going now. I don't really know how to introduce it any better than that.
Well, let me try to help you out here. You know,
Help me out,
what the purpose of the show is that we take end time revelations that God gives. Now, we're just not talking about prophecies or, that's the one, but it could be prophecies, things that comes through dreams, anything that God puts out to the body of Christ, anything that's out there that God all of a sudden gives revelation to that comes to the forefront, especially preparing the body of Christ for the end times. That's what this program is about, associated with. So for the last few weeks, we've been talking about, the 2016 election. Mm-hmm. We were talking about, what were the possibilities of some of the prophecies that were coming forth as far as there not being a 2017 president,
right,
but that the current president staying in place. And we were talking about how that God has showed that the possibilities of tsunamis coming,
and
earthquakes,
it could be physical, it could be economical.
All those kind of things is what we discussed in the past. So then we're talking about what would be the things that could bring about a martial law type thing.
Yes.
So that there would not be an election. Just say there wasn't a tsunami. Just say that the financial collapse happened. Just say that our infrastructure was hit with some type of a bomb, that our electrical grid was to go down.
And here we go. Now, don't think all these things are outside sources, because our own government, in the history of our government, if you know your history, you'll know that they have created these events that were national shaking events so that they could promote their agenda.
That's right.
And that is still the way governments operate today. They will create a crisis. They will take advantage of the crisis. They will pass new laws. They will establish new governances, new departments like Homeland Security. Homeland Security should never have been invented. We didn't need it. We've got plenty policing organizations to take care of that, but they wanted another branch for the New World Order to have to control the populace of the homeland when martial law was declared. That's just one other thing we'll throw out there for free. But there's a lot more to come in just what we're going to talk about. And Walmart's connection, man, this is big.
Yeah. Now, you're talking about my favorite store.
I know. When I showed my wife this little clip that you're going to see, there's an expanded version of it. But when I showed my wife this, her jaw dropped and said, "Not my store."
Yeah.
And so I busted another one of her bubbles. But she still loves me.
Well, one thing I've always said about Walmart is that I told them that when I die,
bury you there?
Bury me in the Walmart parking lot.
Yeah.
And they said they want to know why.
They'll all be come to see you.
So my wife would at least come see me.
Yeah.
She'd go there
Couple
always
times
to
a
see
week.
me, and I'd be right there in the Walmart parking lot, and there they could have my little headstone. But anyway, that's how much we love Walmart and how that our lives have changed. Now, some people are Walmart people, some people are Target people, some are these kind of people, some are those kind of people and all. But Sam Walls in Walmart, you got to realize that they've done a lot of things in Walmart to really grasp the people in the community.
Yes.
And I mean, there's a lot of things that they offer right there at Walmart.
What's their slogan? Live better.
Live better. Wow. Yeah, live better. Right.
And that's their slogan because they want to catch the imagination and the lifestyle of the people. Once you get the lifestyle, in other words, their life, you're part of it. They are revolving. You're part of the revolving of their life. And
that's right.
How many families do not revolve around a trip to Walmart once or twice a week? Most everybody. And those who live close to one more often than that. And if you live far away from a Walmart that you never go, you are really blessed.
That's right.
Because you have stayed out of a web that has been spun to catch all of America. So when the New World Order comes into play, guess what? We're going to already be familiar with where every Walmart was. I asked my church last night because I've been teaching this. I taught this to my church last night.
Right.
Well, some of it. And then I went into my spiritual warfare thing I've been doing on Wednesday night as well. But I asked my people, I says, how many of you know where all the local Walmarts are? I said, how many know where the Batesburg Walmart? Everybody raised their hand. How many know where the North Augusta Walmart?
Yeah.
Everybody raised their hand. How
They
many
got
know
two
where
of them
the
in North
Aiken-
Augusta.
Oh,
Got
that's
a new
right,
one
they
up
got a
there.
new one.
Two of them are, yeah.
And I know where that one's at too.
Right.
And I said, how many know where the Aiken Walmart? Yeah. So I
got
said,
two of them in Aiken.
So I, yeah,
North
so
side,
I
south
said,
side.
you know where they're all at? Yeah, we know where they're all at, Pastor.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
Everybody knows where to go.
Everybody knows where to go, and it's part of their life cycle. So anyway.
So you're saying by using these Walmarts, the government will use them as process centers?
Well, that's part of it, but only part of it, because they have the world's most integrated connections worldwide than any organization other than governmental organizations.
Now, what we're talking about, though, is if there's an economic collapse, if there is martial law.
Don't you mean when?
Oh, yeah. When,
that's right.
You know, or if there's such a thing that really takes place, you know, let's just do it this way here, Steve. The thing of the martial law, what if the rapture took place and the world fell apart? I mean, we're talking about a catastrophe. We're talking about a chaotic condition, something that's happened. But we're staying with martial law is what we're talking about. But if it did, and then we were not able to move between places to go get food, the internet's shut down. The internet is shut down. The railways are shut down. Things are not moving. There's something there. There's got to be a interconnection grid so that the government has control. That they can move
everything
goods around to supply the nation. Because we all been saying there ain't nothing there. They all along been working.
It has been there in front of our face, and just now, I was showing Brother John on paper. Take the word Walmart, W-A-L with the star, and then M-A-R-T. Take the word wall and reverse the letters. You got L-A-W, law. Take the word marshal, which is M-A-R-T. That's abbreviation for marshal. Take that and put it in front of the word law. You got Mart law.
Martial law.
You got martial law written in the same
Walmart.
letters of Walmart.
With the star.
With the star. So when the Illuminati wants to do something, guess what they do?
They always do it
in front of your face.
Right. So it's
and they don't think you can see it.
Right. This is we're talking about revelation.
Revelation for the end time.
Here. I'm gonna kind of like be the person. Come on, guys. You know, there's people are listening out there going, "This is just too far over the top."
Yeah.
That's the way it's going to be.
But here's my thing to them: don't believe us. Please don't believe us. I want you to get your own research. Just get it started. Just easiest way to go to YouTube. Type in martial law and Walmart. I'm gonna play the clip for you here in just a minute, right? So
I got it
just
ready.
type it in, and then get a book from William Cooper. Get William Cooper's book. I dare you. I dare you to buy. The man gave his life. They killed him.
Yeah.
For the information that he was given. He was part of an elite team of tunnel borers. I'm talking about tunnel borers, miles and miles of tunnels under the earth.
Now,
brother.
you and I, we went and looked at some of those tunnel boring machines.
Oh, man.
And those things are huge.
They're amazing, too.
Listen, I'm talking about a little man standing there. It had to be like I'm going to say, 50, 60 feet high?
Yes, they're huge, like 60 to 80 feet.
Yeah, about that tall, about 80 feet. In a circle.
And they bore
underground.
Yes.
And they bore large enough to put trains through there and whatever they need. And they do this in mountains.
And they not only bore tunnels, but they have underground cities fully operating right now, coast to coast across America. Underground cities. Listen, up to a mile deep, multiple stories on each level.
Yeah.
All underground. And we're going to tell you why.
You know what, brother? There's a lot of people tuning into this program now. They're going to be saying, we got to tune into them people a lot more often.
But I want them to look it up.
Yeah.
Because we don't have but an hour of their time. If they will only do some research, they too will come out of the dark and
Let me
something.
tell you this before we go on. If the show is being recorded right now to YouTube or Ustream, we're on Ustream at WCC. Take your smartphone. You can type in WCC Ustream. Look right on into the studio. Everybody, let's wave over here at the camera.
Hey,
you see everybody over there. And then also, just as soon as we get through, people says, well, where's the programs at? Go to YouTube and type in Studio WUCC on YouTube. As soon as we get through here, we upload the program. And do you realize how many views we get on these things? We get a lot of views on all the shows that we do here live.
So
out
they
of the
can
thing.
listen again
Anytime.
And they can show their friends.
Exactly. Now, we're going to rerun this tomorrow at 1.
Okay.
I'm going to do it at 1. And then at the same time, throughout whenever, we're going to play this again. But YouTube, watch it anytime you want.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
So tune into it.
Studio WUCC, tune into it. Now, are you want to watch this thing over here now?
I want you to play that clip so we can bounce off of that.
So if they go to YouTube right now and they look in, or they go to Ustream and they look in, we have a monitor set
They'll
up.
see what's playing.
So you can see what's playing. It's just not audio, but you can do some video right here. So let me get this thing here going real quick. Can you see that there behind me up there?
Hit it. That's
Here we
it.
go.
I see it clearly.
I see it.
World Order Dreamland. The truth is, this mega retail corporation epitomizes everything wrong with society and culture today. Look no further than this slave goods, GMO, chemical foods wasteland to see just what America is now all about. This is all part of the plan and design. The old days of small town America where businesses helped each other and the community to thrive, ancient history. Walmart came in and launched a frontal assault on mom and pop businesses all over the world. You see, when a Walmart moves into a small town, they destroy the community by underselling all the locally owned businesses, which depletes tax base and turns the downtown into a blighted ghost town. It's destroyed tens of thousands of small businesses and countless manufacturing jobs over the past couple of decades. And of course, despite the fact that all you will find at Walmart are extremely low quality cheap goods manufactured overseas in slave labor concentration camps, mostly from China, millions still flock to consume. Yes, around 80% of all Walmart suppliers are in China. Slaves in China manufacturing, and slaves in America stocking the shelves, running the cash registers, and falling for the scam that they are saving money by purchasing these cheap goods from Walmart. The fact is, this devouring beast of a corporation ruthlessly stomps on workers, neighborhoods, competitors, and suppliers. It has and will continue to destroy the world economy and labor force. It is the perfect New World Order enterprise. The Walton family, which controls Walmart today and is actually the richest family in the United States, lives on blood money. They operate jointly with the City of London Wall Street bankers. The truth is, this family became one of the world's wealthiest families by decimating the US and world physical economies. The Wall Street City of London financier oligarchs have financially backed and in fact directed the development of Walmart since it was founded in 1962 by Sam Walton, who also founded Sam's Club. Ironically, this is a man who is highly respected by the club. Make no mistake about that. Sam Walton was a captain in U.S. Army intelligence and friends with none other than the New World Order Bush family themselves and George Bush Sr. The Walton family's support for the Bushes goes back many years. Back in 2002, John Walton, son of Sam Walton, contributed $325,000 to Jeb Bush, brother of George Bush and former governor of Florida. Should anyone be surprised?
Nearly a day doesn't go by where I don't hear from a senior concerned about the rising costs of prescription drugs, and we're doing something about it in Florida. We've passed the prescription drug benefit for lower-income seniors. It will be a benefit of $160 a month that will make it possible for people to afford the drugs that they need and not have to make these incredibly difficult choices between paying rent or food and paying for the drug costs. And with this extra benefit for seniors, I'm convinced that a whole lot of people can have peace of mind.
So we can now understand and realize why George Bush Sr. became very emotional for Sam Walton during the ceremony for the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which was awarded to Sam Walton by Bush. It is dubbed as the highest civilian award of the United States. Supposedly, it recognizes those individuals who have made, quote, an especially meritorious contribution to the security or national interests of the United States, world peace, cultural or other significant public or private endeavors, end quote. Other winners of this award are the likes of Alan Greenspan, Donald Rumsfeld, Tony Blair, and the ever-caring humanitarian David Rockefeller.
America's highest civilian honor, the Medal of Freedom, awarded to Samuel M. Walton, March 17, 1992.
But first, of course, my respects to Sam Walton and to Helen Walton, one of God's truly special people. We come here to honor a man who shows that through hard work and vision and treating people right, many good things can happen. This visit is not about Sam Walton's wealth. He's earned his money, and that's his business. He's been generous with his fortune, and that is in the great tradition of America's commitment to this concept that I call 1,000 points of light, enhancing the lives of millions. The story of Sam Walton is an illustration of the American dream. His success is our success, America's success. And, sir, you are generous and genuine, tireless and tenacious, and you took risks and helped our country grow vigorous and strong. And your life is going to help them appreciate that ours is the freest, most blessed country on the face of the earth. I salute you, sir, for your vision, and I am proud to give you your nation's highest civilian honor. The world can therefore seize this opportunity to fulfill the long-held promise of a new world order. We can find meaning and reward by serving some higher purpose than ourselves, a shining purpose, the illumination of 1,000 points of light. We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
And so, fast forward to 2015, and Walmart is currently under close scrutiny by many, with the mysterious and very suspicious closings of several Walmart stores across the country, allegedly due to plumbing. Many people are now beginning to connect the dots with regards to Walmart and their connection to the government. Their connection, partnerships, and joint ventures with various government agencies on record now, as well as contributions to the tune of at least $1 billion from the U.S. government. It's no surprise why suspicion and concern is at an all-time high regarding this highly connected corporation.
All the listeners out there got some of that, because we need to go over that again.
Wow.
And slow it down a little bit and talk about maybe these things point by point. I think one of the places to start, Pastor Shaffer, is to make the connection between Sam Walton, the Bank of London, and the Bush family.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, if you can connect Sam Walton with the Bank of London and the Bush family, you see power, you see money, you see influence, you see two nations that are pushing hard for a new world order, and they bring Sam in.
Okay? That's right.
And what would Sam's job be? Why do you want him? You've already got money and power without him. Why do you want him? Because he was a good strategist. He had been involved in the Nazi camps, by the way.
Oh, then that was interesting when I read that.
Yes.
About and studied about him just the other day.
He studied the Nazi camps.
Yeah,
he was
and
there.
He knew how to set those things up and run people, and how to get control of a large population that were being shipped into those things.
It's interesting, bro. I'm telling you, this is you need to check into it to get more in-depth information than what we're going to be able to give it to you today.
They think we're conspiracy theorists.
Well, there's a conspiracy and it's real.
Yes,
and it's not us against the government.
Yes,
it's the government that's backed by Satan.
Exactly.
And got an influence from the demonic side.
That's right.
That is trying to move all the people like little sheep towards the slaughter.
That's right.
And so anyway, Sam Walton, connected with the two most powerful entities in banking and in money and finance and in war, had him at his back. And you wonder how Walmart grew so fast, so powerful, so big. All right, all of those things were possible because he had the right connections with the people who wanted to push somebody forward who could install and run people and take care of all of their needs. Let's just suppose right now, with everybody knowing where Walmart is, everybody knowing Walmart's got their own banking center, everybody knowing Walmart's got their own drug supplies, everybody knowing they've got their own food supplies, their own clothes supplies.
Taxes too, bro.
And they do taxes.
Yeah, and cars. Cars, automobile, get your cars repaired.
Okay, yes, that's right.
Cars repairs, but
they're a one-stop shop for absolutely
gas.
Everything.
Get all your gas.
You get your hair cut.
Get your hair cut there.
And I hadn't seen a dental office in them yet.
No, but I have seen eyeglasses.
You get your eyes
done. Your eyes taken care of, and you can go to McDonald's in there.
And you can eat.
And listen to this here. I guarantee you, when you go into McDonald's, go into Walmart, and you got to use the bathroom, right to the front, it's going to be closed. And they're going to be saying they're just mopping the floor.
Yeah.
So I run to the back, right? And just as soon as I get there, those people, they're mopping that floor too, and they just closed it. I got to run back to the front. That's just the way it is in Walmart.
That's why it's our favorite store.
That's right.
So let's put the scenario out. Because we kind of made a connection. Everybody knows Walmarts are here. Everybody knows where they're at. But now you understand that they have every service that you need under one roof.
Right.
Now I got to throw the scenario out. Are you ready for this?
Go ahead.
Something happens, either man-made, all right, government-sponsored, or natural catastrophe, and our president declares what?
Martial
law.
Right.
Now everybody is going to freak out to start with. They're going to absolutely freak out because Social Security checks are going to be stopped.
Right.
Welfare checks is going to be stopped. The money that you got in the bank can be stopped.
Exactly.
Right? The Bible says that you won't buy, sell, or trade unless you take the mark of the beast.
Right.
So if somebody's saying, well, I ain't taking no mark of the beast, I'm going to go hide out in the woods.
Yeah, okay.
What you going to eat while you're out there in the woods?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So I got some stuff stored away. So you got enough for a month or two. Good. This ain't going to go for years.
Right.
So anyway, the government's, and it can be just, somebody says, this would happen so slow. No, the infrastructure is there. As soon as martial law is declared, the president says, I want you to relax and not to panic. You need to report to your local Walmart. At the Walmart, they will have all your information. You give them your name, take some ID, take your Social Security card, take your picture driving license, have your ID with you because they already have your information.
Right.
The government just pushes it over in their computer system, which is big enough, by the way, because the most connected entity other than the governments than any in the world. They've got the ability to handle your information. And so you go there, prompted by the government, and they say, what's your name? Let me see some ID. Okay, well, we see that it's time for you to get your Social Security check. We give you this chip, and they're there to put the chip in. It's simple.
Right.
It is simple. It's just a couple of minutes. They can have a chip in your hand or in your forehead. And once you get this chip, we're going to accredit money to this chip. You'll be able to go on in, just take the chip and buy your groceries. And if you need in your medicine, go on over there and get your medicine.
Yeah, let me interject something
Please
here a moment. Because, I said this here years ago when we were talking about how simple it was to inject the chip or whatever they're going to do to do that, is that just like when you come out of Walmart and just say someone tried to accidentally get something out or they did try to steal something, that at the doors they have that bonk, bonk, bonk.
Alarms, yeah.
Alarms go. That's for people coming out who try to steal something.
Yes.
I see it like this. Those alarms are there for when people try to come in who aren't chipped.
Exactly.
They aren't
That's
chipped.
exactly right.
They are not chipped. And when they go in, hey, someone just passed through here who is not verified and doesn't have a chip in here, you need to find out who this person is.
They already, I was sent brand new cards because some of my older cards did not have the chip in them.
Right.
Just,
right.
Exactly. I just
for
got mine
security.
too.
But do you know those things can be read by scanners when you walk through Walmart?
Yeah.
Those little black things they've got there, that's the alarm system,
Exactly.
can also have readers in them. They already do this in warehouses.
Right.
They put RFID tags
RFID.
in the boxes.
Real
And
frequency ID.
That's it. So when they go into the warehouse scans the boxes. It reads the contents that's in the box. And
Right.
listen, it's automated from that point.
Well, that's how they track the stuff coming from. Of course, they do the scanners and all, but they track all the stuff that's UPS that's shipped everywhere. Okay, it just showed up here, just went out the door here, and I've been tracking the package all the way from Kansas in the last 2 days. I said, I don't know where it is because I'm going out of town.
Right.
I want to make sure I get it before I leave. I know exactly when it left West Columbia this morning.
So it's going to be home
And
today.
it's going to be delivered before I get home today.
So that's the system. So the RFID chip is going to be implanted into you. The little mom and pop stores, because they're not connected to the government, will not be used in martial law
Right.
because they want to control
They
all
won't
the
be
money.
they won't be able to get any food
Right.
after the shelves are empty.
Right.
They won't be able to. Hey, listen, that's going to be a good thing. We're going to talk about moving to a segment as far as how are they going to move stuff around.
I want to get to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And but mom and pop's not going to be able to pick any of that stuff up.
That's right.
Nobody's going to be delivering to them because martial law.
Yes.
But they're going to let certain trucks pass.
Yes.
They go Walmart trucks on the road. Let them go. There we go.
Because if they don't get to Walmart, you don't get anything
That's
unless
right.
you hijack a Walmart truck.
That's right.
So martial law will be declared at some time in our country. I believe it may be this year.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
got a
thinking.
strong feeling martial law will come in this year. And by the way, if you hear that martial law is coming, or if you hear on a Friday, listen to me now. If you hear on a Friday that there's a banking crisis, and the banking crisis will shut down your credit cards and your checking account until Monday, and it will be restarted. If you hear that announcement, run to your bank and get your money out immediately. Don't wait till Monday after they restart.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a restart of the old banking system. It's going to be a restart of martial law with a new banking system.
Right.
If you hear a warning like that, please listen, go and get your money out because it's not going to do you any good when it's confiscated by the government.
What are you thinking about all this, Bishop Aguilar?
Well, I think that if martial law does come, there won't be no election, and the way this president has written more executive orders than any other, and so we don't have to be at a time of war to declare martial law. The stock market has dropped several times.
Goes up and down.
And-
They say anything that falls off a roof, a bounce.
Yeah.
You jump off a roof, you'll bounce.
No more than once,
That's
probably
right.
me.
You'll bounce. Go ahead.
But he can call martial law for that reason in itself. There's no real reason. When that happens, then America lost all its rights, and the power goes to FEMA, and he's the commander in chief, so he will be over FEMA.
Yes.
And there's no law or legislation to take it from FEMA and put it back into the House. Our government structure will change overnight, and from that point on, it would be more of a dictatorship than anything else. And I understand that he has the United States broken up into different sections.
10 sections from what I understand.
And he already has
A
people.
czar. I call him a czar for each section.
Yeah, and he already has people that are going to step in and govern those sections.
Yep.
So if that happens,
I wonder if Shaffer's any of them. He ain't told me about none of that yet.
He ain't called me yet either.
Me either. Go ahead.
yeah. But if that happens, then life changes as we know it. And it's already into legislation of that health care program for us to have chips for
By
everyone.
2017.
Yeah, to be chipped, and that's a thing that can be run through a scanner in all your finances, not just your medical. But they'll also know exactly where you are, GPS. And they also have a military grade chip that they can push a button and it will bust inside of you and it will poison you and you will die. So it could be population control. There's no telling what could be done and what could change.
Y'all sound crazy. Y'all know
But
that?
life changes as we know it
I'm
overnight.
telling you what. People are listening out there.
listen to
I'm the
this.
one driving down the road saying, these people
They're
are
crazy.
absolutely nuts.
Hey, you know what we tell Brother John? Go look it up for yourself then.
There you go.
They have got mobile towers right now. Their own trailers. I've seen them set up. All right, listen to me. It is all hydraulically controlled.
Yeah.
It's got a platform that lets out like a big scaffold. All right, it shoots out. It goes down the middle of a Walmart parking lot. Let's just say Walmart parking lot, and it shoots a tower like 30 feet in the air. The tower is solely self-contained. It's got bulletproof glass. They got gun turrets. They've got loudspeakers. They've got cameras. Everything they need. They're totally self-contained for what? Crowd control.
Yeah.
They can shoot you from that tower.
Yeah.
They can control you by shooting you from the tower.
Right.
And all they do is they pull it up in a truck. They set it. They put that trailer down. It locks itself down. Boom, zip, and they're up in the sky.
And listen, we're talking about being able to track people. I mean, I don't know who's out there listening who doesn't have a cell phone, but most everybody's got a cell phone.
Location.
And if you've got a cell phone, they know what tower you're bouncing off of. They know where you're at.
They know.
Exactly.
They know in a general area where you're at, and it's probably a lot more defined than they're telling us.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean? They say they're bouncing off this cell tower, which would be, say, a 10-mile radius. Because when we were setting up our tower thing here, I had a gentleman share with me about how they did this the 10-degree towers, where they're shooting overlapping each other, and how that they look so far, but that they know what tower you're off of, and don't think they're not closer than that. If they're doing that with your cell phone, just talking about just nailing it on down with your chip in your finger somewhere or something, and maybe your cell phone's going to be linked to your chip, so they know exactly where you're at and all those things. But anyway,
whatever you can imagine that you can control through a chip, imagine it 10 times more than that, because from what I understand, the military is at least 10 years advanced in everything you see or hear of on the market. At least 10. Some people say 40 years.
Yeah. Let's do a moment
ahead of that.
Let me just take a moment here. Let's just take a break. We're going to run a couple of commercials here. It's 32 minutes past the top of the hour. You're listening to special
edition.
End time revelation, special edition, End Time Revelations. I'm your host, Henry Shaffer. Steve Hall's here with Bishop Aguilar. Just hold on to your hat here. We're going to run a commercial.
Hi, this is Tim Coaches with 99.9 WUCC Williston, Aiken, Augusta, a ministry owned by two local pastors right here in Aiken. Our mission is to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, I'd like to tell you about a new ministry tool, a way to speak to 1.5 million people in the Aiken-Augusta metropolitan area, or as I'd like to say, a non-intrusive way to step into somebody's car or home or even at work. Question, what other ministry tool can do that? Well, right now, we're looking for your sponsorship. And if you can go to our website, check us out, I think you'd be impressed. Go to www.cwchrist.com. That's www.cwchrist.com. And thanks for listening to the new 99.9 WUCC.
Hi, this is Bill George, host of Reset, and I have a riddle for you today. Can you tell me what church has no walls, many different types of people, is denominational and non-denominational at the same time, but only has one mission? If you said WUCC 99.9, you, my friend, are correct. You see, we reach over 1.5 million just in the CSRA through our airwaves, but then we stream live around the world. We have many different types of people from all different walks of life, and we have both denominational organizations and non-denominational organizations. Places such as Joshua Generation, Bearing Full Gospel Church, South Aiken Church of God, Shepherds of Grace International, Helpful Hands Community Mission, Johnston Church of God, and Turning Point Restoration, just to name a few. And we have but one mission, that's to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Won't you be a part? Give me a call at 803-443-4388. Again, that's 803-443-4388.
All right, I'm Henry Shaffer back in the studios of WUCC 99.9 FM. We're back here live in the studios doing End Time Revelation, special edition End Time Revelations. We're talking about martial law. We're talking about the role that Walmart may play in the event martial law is declared in the United States. 2016, no 2017 election, or if it does go past that, they're setting things up. So here's what we're going to do, Steve. I am driving my vehicle to Walmart. I'm getting out. I'm on row number 7, and I'm going to go inside the main entrance, the center entrance there, not the food entrance. I'm going in. I'm going into the other entrance. Going to go walk straight on in. So tell me what's going to happen when I walk into the place.
Okay, I'm going to assume right now that you don't have the chip. So you walk in, and the guy standing there, like they're always standing there, sees you coming in, and you don't set off a notice that shows you have the chip. It didn't scan you.
Or go ahead.
So I said, excuse me, sir, come here for a moment. So you walk over. You say, yes, I'm Henry Shaffer. Say, well, Henry, you didn't show up. Where's your RFID chip at?
Right.
Well, you say, I don't have an RFID chip. I come in here to buy some groceries. He says, so, okay, but you do understand that we don't take cash anymore. What do you mean you don't take cash? And all credit cards were wiped out 2 weeks ago. Where you been, under a rock? No, I just got in from, Peru or whatever.
Right.
And, well, I'm sorry. While you were gone, a new system just got set up. And so what you need to do is go over here to our counter, and they're going to give you a new chip, a new ID. It's going to switch over your bank account, or it's just going to give you a new bank account, and you'll switch over your money later when you get contact with your bank.
About it.
So you get, but for today, we're going to credit you $500, but go over there and get that chip. And then go to the bank, and they'll credit it, and then you can go through the store.
And that's all I have to do?
That's all you got to do, sir.
Oh, man.
So
I'm telling you what, this is great.
Do you need your medicines today?
I do. My wife, she's got 10 medications over. I don't have anything, but I'm here to help her out.
So
what do I need
all the
to
doctors have forwarded their prescriptions with your name on it. It'll be over there. You got a card ID yourself, show your picture and driving license. That's all you need.
Really?
Yeah.
And I think, I think that we're already in the system. Would that be all right?
Yeah,
even
easier.
I think they've already got
the
scripts
your medicine
over
from there.
I already get it from there.
You're already in.
Look at that. I bet they've got a thing, even a Walmart app. I can just let them know what I need,
and
it'll be there. And listen here. I'm going to be there in just about 30 minutes. Will it be ready? They'll say, yeah, you need to come on more than 30 minutes though, because we got a line that's 3 hours long.
Yeah, Sandra does that. She calls and tells them she's coming. Is waiting there when she gets there. My wife. I'm saying you walked into a Walmart supercenter. And you realized everything that you had was just crashed. But in one place, at one time, you can get the chip. You've got the bank. You've got the food. You got the clothes. You got the medicine. You get the haircut. You get the eyes checked, and you're good to go.
Right.
Get your gas card. And it's all controlled by the government. That's why when I say that God put this piece of the puzzle in for me.
Yeah.
I pray for revelation continually every day. God, open my eyes to see, and my ears to hear, my mind to comprehend. Let me see the world I'm living in and the world that's invisible to everybody as well. Let me operate in both worlds. And when I pray that way, God begins to reveal things. Well, he revealed to me, and I was able to find this information. And there's so much more than what that little clip told you. I mean, it's in-depth information you can get that's out there.
There's all kind of stuff on YouTube that's about Walmart.
And there's books. There's books after books that's written about this stuff, and I happen to have my hands on a few.
It's not written about Target.
Books. No.
It's not written about Piggly Wiggly.
No.
It's not written about Bilo. So I mean, well, it might be, and I don't know about it, but we know Walmart's there in it.
But you were saying something that there's tunnel system, and I understand a tunnel system run from as far as Canada all the way down to Mexico, down into Mexico.
Oh, it crisscrosses.
Well, I don't know about that, but I know that there is tunnels that go underneath
Mexico,
Texas to Mexico, because they
Mexico.
find them all the time.
And those aren't dug by our guys.
Yeah, but I mean that
guys.
are government run.
Yes, they are. They're government cities, fully functioning, fully staffed, fully operational.
Wow.
Government cities underground. If you want to know more, the guy who helped build the equipment, the guy who helped dig the tunnels, the guy who listen to me, his name is William Cooper, Behold the Pale Horse. That is a book you need to get. He's got the documentation. They killed him because he was going on tours telling everything he knew.
Yeah.
And he kept telling everybody, they've tried to kill me 3 or 4 times this year. They've been unsuccessful. They tried again this year. He'd tell you all the things they were doing. And finally, he was found strangled to death with one of those surgical tubings, those really elastic surgical tubings.
Get on downtown.
Strangled to death. There are pictures of it on the web. I seen the picture, and the tube, when they took him for the autopsy, the tube was still cut into his skin, and his face was black as tar.
Wow.
Strangled to death. So anyway, get his book, because he tells the story of digging those tunnels and how many that he knew of. There was 100 and something like coast-to-coast tunnels when he was there, 100 and some underground cities, and he said, and that was in the 1990s.
Yeah, now, when people talk about digging these tunnels, now we're not talking about digging these tunnels by hand.
Oh, it's a huge machine.
It's a machine that is like 50, 60, 78 tall, and it bores like a round circular drill underground, and you drive it.
Yep.
And you turn it wherever you want to go in those things at.
And they have one, I know it's going to blow some people's mind, but there's technology way ahead of what you know about, that it has a tip on the end of it. It's shaped like a real long pointed cone.
Right.
And the cone heats up and melts rock.
Yeah.
And as it pushes through, the nuclear heat that's in the tip of that thing melts the rock. And as it pushes through the cone, it recools as it goes through the machine.
Yeah, there you go. And
it's a solid rock.
Pour right through it. And that way you still have your solid, you still have your structure.
The structure's
underground.
there.
Yeah.
They're not dynamiting. They're melting through some of these rock areas. I know some of y'all thinking that is the craziest stuff I've ever heard. Okay, please don't take my word for it. But please do your own studies.
Hey, but another thing you're talking about, the underground stuff, one of the things that I saw or I was looking at was with the code words. Remember it talks about that Walmart's been shut down for plumbing problems?
That was during Jade Helm 15 last
year.
Now,
you know what? When you study some of this out, what they're talking about the plumbing problems are, when you hear the word plumbing problems, they're working in their tunnels. They're bringing their tunnels into that system.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Different kind of plumbing.
We're shut down for plumbing problems?
Yeah.
Right. The tunnels are being brought into that building so that they can offload and do what they need to do in that store.
And here's the thing. How many of you have been going down I-20 and you look to the side road and there's this huge buildings out there and you've seen Walmart trucks that look like little toy trucks. The buildings are so big.
Right.
They're super center distribution centers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They have tunnels that go from distribution centers to certain stores. And you say, well, why do they want that? Well, the New World Order is behind the Walmart Corporation. Mm-hmm. So they know that during the times of martial law, when it gets tough, say 3 or 4 months into it, and some people's fighting not to take it, but they still need groceries. When a Walmart truck would come down the road and it's got groceries in it, somebody's going to shoot the tires out of that truck.
Right.
And they're going to get everything off of that truck.
That'd be like me and you.
Yeah.
So we're going to hijack us a Walmart truck. At least we'll
have something to eat.
We'll have stuff what we need in it. Right.
Right.
Come over here.
They're smart enough to know that. But you can't hijack a truck that's a half mile underground.
No,
There's why you need the tunnels. It is an underground network, a chain of supplies, and they've already got cities filled up with supplies. Listen, y'all, I know you don't believe me. I don't want you to. I want you to go look it up for yourself. There's cities already staffed. There's cities already with supplies in them, and all they have to do is be told which Walmart to get it to. And the trucks are there. The trucks are running. I seen interviews, listen, with a guy standing at the outside of the entrance to these tunnels, and if any of the truckers would stop, he was talking to them right before they went in. And most of them wouldn't talk to him.
Wow.
He caught one at maybe one of the stores right out of town, and he says, "Yeah, I run this route." And he says, "Well, how much you already sold?" And he was somewhere out west. He says, "We got one to go straight here to New York."
Really?
Nonstop. They've got trains. Listen, they got trains that go up to Mach 1 and Mach 2 for dignitaries to go from the east to the west coast. It is a train. That's all it does is it flies underground.
Let me give you a statistic here.
Okay.
Is that just Google it. So I say, how many Walmart stores are there?
There's 10,000 and something.
So here we talk about the clubs.
Mm-hmm.
Is that worldwide you're talking about?
Worldwide.
Okay. Let's just see U.S. here. 2015, the clubs 647, discount stores 470, neighborhood markets. You know what the neighborhood markets are?
That's the small ones.
The little small ones.
They just closed 269 of those.
And
closing them.
And they got some of those over in Martinez and Evans.
Mm-hmm.
That's over there. I know one over there. 639. The super centers. Now that's where I like to go. I'm gonna tell y'all what. When I go to Myrtle Beach, y'all go do what y'all want. I'm going to the Walmart store.
You sound just like Sam.
I'm telling you, if you don't go to the Walmart store and to the super center in that city, you ain't been nowhere.
So that's like a
city. A landmark you got to go to. So no matter where I go, or I'll be driving down the road and I'll see I said, baby, we need to stop there. We need to go in there and check that thing out. And if they got a Sam's Club around it, we going in it too. Wow. Because in different areas, they have different stuff for that local area.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So look here. So we're saying super centers are 3,407. There's a total of 5,163. And I that kind of goes along with the same statistics I saw before, but 10,000 in the world.
In the world.
Wow. Wow, it's amazing.
Well, actually, I just brought up there's 11,500 retail units in 28 different countries.
Wow.
Now, there are more than 260 million customers or members.
They got my number. They got me.
Yeah,
They got me. I got a Sam's membership.
Yeah.
But get this, you follow the money. You know, you want to see a demise of a country, to follow the money.
Yeah.
You know, here they have 2.2 million associates that work, and 1.4 of them, almost half of them, are in America, right?
Yeah.
Right.
At the end of the fiscal year, which just ended, 2015, Walmart increased their net sales by almost 2%. Now, that don't seem like a lot, but you're talking about $482.2 billion.
Yeah.
And that was only a 2% increase?
Right. And so they returned to their shareholders $7.6 billion out of that $482 billion. Okay? Now, they're ranked first of 2014 500 list as the largest in the world. So now you have to ask yourself, why are they closing over 269 stores, and 154 of them are strategically, I just use that word, located in the United States.
With underground plumbing problems.
With underground plumbing problems. Because
underground plumbing problems, they're bringing the tunnels up into those stores. That's the code word now.
I believe
that. I saw that when I studied that. Mm-hmm. That was the code word they used for the tunnels being brought into the stores. Underground plumbing.
But think about this. You have a conglomerate. You have this huge entity that is making money.
Right.
And you're going to shut down 269 of your money makers.
Mm-hmm. Question mark. Right.
And 154, over, half of those are in the America alone.
Right.
Yet, that's not going to affect you financially. Not if everything has to go through Walmart. If economy falls, then who makes the money?
Yeah.
Ain't but one store standing when the economy falls, and that's the one the government propped up.
Right.
And that's Walmart, brother.
So they stand to not do a 2% increase. They probably stand to 10 times increase
They're gonna get
their wealth.
And that's going to go right back to the government, because the government sponsored it. And the government don't sponsor anything that it doesn't look for a return on, y'all.
Right. So if you're listening, you don't believe what we're saying. One thing is we told you to check it out, look it out.
And y'all just checked it out.
But it's not
friends right there.
Yeah, but it's not rocket science. You'd be totally stupid to shut down your business
when you're making money.
When you're making that kind of money.
Yeah.
So here we've opened up this big. I mean, think of how many people we're talking to right now, guys.
Talk about open up. Let's open the phone lines.
Yeah.
803-335-3131. 803-335-3131. Got a comment?
Come on.
Got a question? Want to just jump in? Yeah, just jump in with the knowledge you have and just share with us what God's sharing with you as well. It is amazing.
Some people maybe are still scratching the ball part of their head like I did. I lost a few more count up there in my ball spot. And I said, oh, man, I didn't see this. But God revealed it. And God is wanting you to know in these last times what to be looking for. How did Walmart get so big so fast?
Right.
How did they get international business in depths that they've had it in the last 20 years?
Now, we're not beating Walmart up. I'm just letting you know. I'm going to Walmart when I leave from here. When I go to Gatlinburg, and I go to Gatlinburg in Tennessee, when I leave to go up there in a few days, first stop I'm going in is Walmart in Pigeon Forge. And I'm gathering my food up, and I'm going to love on all them people there in Walmart. The thing is that I still have to be aware if the ground starts shaking under me, they probably got underground plumbing going on.
but for all the rest of you, who want to know how to slow down the system that is taking over America and the world, stop shopping at Walmart.
Stop shopping at Walmart.
Stop shopping at Walmart, because you putting money into their account, which is running the underground tunnel machine.
And I'm telling you, keep on shopping, y'all. It's going to be all right. Go ahead,
Steve. If you want to cripple the very force that is destroying us, you take the food away from it. And food for these organizations is your money. Your money, by the way, is real money.
Yeah.
Government money is fiat money. It was pulled out of thin air. It means nothing.
Right.
Well, this ain't a fiat.
Let's do it here. 803-3. Is anybody listening to us? Listen, they're probably stopped along the side of the road, or listen, they're sitting down in the Walmart parking lot listening to.
Call us from a Walmart parking lot. I dare you.
803-33. Somebody at the door out there, y'all know. 803-335-3131. 803-335-3131. Got a comment? Got a question? Here's what we're discussing. If martial law is declared through some catastrophic event, not being able to carry the food above ground in the normal ways, you can't get the food above ground.
Yeah.
That the government has already got distribution centers set up that they can run from Walmart to Walmart. The truck, I watch some of the YouTube videos where some of these areas you can drive right on into.
Yes, right off the road.
You can drive right off the road, go right into them, and the trucks are already using them
all the time.
And these things are big enough for a big 18-wheeler to pass side by side.
They're under there, and that's what I tell everybody. Look it up because you're going to be amazed. It looks like a concrete barricade,
right?
And it's got a dirt mound over it, and there are guards at checkpoints,
right?
But when you go through, brother, you in the tunnels.
Right.
That go for miles and miles and miles.
And they got staging centers all under there where they can just come in and offload the products. And
you know what?
see
People
above
who've never
ground,
thought about it or seen it, they thinking them guys is really crazy.
Yeah, I never thought about it.
We made it all up.
But here's the thing: it's special edition end time revelations. Is that if God is showing us these things, He's already shown this to other folks, and now all of a sudden, God is revealing these things to us as well, putting together the pieces of the puzzle that we need as far as the end times. Martial law, if it declared in 2016, no presidential election, and the tsunami comes, or a bomb. What about a bomb, or something like that, or the roads are wiped out, the terrorist strike, what have you, that they can move. Just do this here. Just say they knock a whole section out. It's like a web, like the way the internet is. Knock a web out, you can still move stuff around underground and get stuff to where you need to be at to those people who are in that area.
It's a brilliant idea.
Even military.
Yeah,
even the military stuff could come through that.
It is a brilliant idea, but the problem is it's done in secret.
Yeah.
And it's occult. The word occult means secret.
Yeah.
It means mysterious.
Right.
And you don't know. And if they were to tell the American people, we're doing all this so that we'll have a fallback situation. If the economy does crash, we can still take care of the people. But no, it's all secretive until it goes into action. And when it goes into action, it is made to manipulate and to dominate all the population of the world in one fast move. Just like that, it's done.
Wow. 803-335-3131. Got a comment, got a question? We're live and on the studios of WUCC. You are inside special edition, End Time Revelations. Henry Shaffer, Steve Hall, Bishop John Aguilar. Check us out on WUCC Ustream. Check us out there. Or you're live carrying down the road in your vehicle, you want to get out, and I know you're just tuned into this thing and you're waiting for us to hurry up and get through.
Yeah.
Well, you got your smartphone, got your tablet, cwchrist.com. Click on the red button, listen live. Follow us on Facebook as well, 999 WCC FM. Follow us on Facebook, like us there. Tell everybody about the new station in the area who's giving you the live updates and end time revelation.
Hey, if you are a former or current Walmart employee and you know anything about it, give us a call.
Here we go. Caller, you're live and on the air.
Hello, Pastor Hall. Hello, Pastor Shaffer. Hello, Bishop Aguilar.
Hey, Sister Sandy.
Hello, Sister Sandy.
Hey.
How you doing?
Well, you got me all twisted and tied up this afternoon, I tell you.
Yeah, are you in Walmart?
No, I just came out of Pygmy Whitney, but I tell you, I gave it a second glance as I walked out the door. I have a comment, and I have a question. I'll give you the question. You want the comment or the question first?
Comment and then the question.
Okay, here's the comment. Pastor Hall, I take you at your word. I don't believe you. I go research.
Good.
All right.
I did some research, all of this conversation about martial law. So I did some research. And I was led to believe that the executive order that President Obama signed into being in December of 2013 was the one that just flipped martial law to the extreme. And I was shocked to discover that it did not. That he changed the existing martial law very little. All he did was designate that Homeland Security would be a co-agency along with Federal Emergency Management Agency.
Well, he gave them an army. He gave them an army that he could control. Go ahead.
But the big change, the enormous changes, the intricate changes that go actually come in your front door in your life, it was totally renovated and changed by the executive order for martial law by President Bill Clinton. They can separate families. They can separate children from parents. They can relocate one or all of you. They can force you into work programs wherever they need you. They can tell you when to get up, when to go to sleep, and they can take anything and everything you have.
That sound like church people.
And it
Go ahead.
Even, and I'm just hitting a few highlights because the more I read, the more I couldn't get my jaw off the floor.
Uh-huh.
I mean, control what you eat, control where you go.
Yeah.
I mean, as intimate as your life is, think of the government being right there every step you make.
That's right. Got about 4 minutes, Sandy. Go ahead.
Okay, now that was the comment. Here is the question.
All right.
And I think it's a logical one considering where you're going. You have not discussed communication. Have you discovered anything regarding their workings as far as communications and control from communications in this country? And I'll get off the phone and let you guys chew on that. God bless you, gentlemen. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Sister Sandy. God bless you.
Well, I think one thing we ought to do with Sister Sandy is, and thank you, Sister Sandy, for the comment and got the question as well. We'll let her do some homework. And when we come back, one of the segments we'll do is the communication. We'll let her to be our remote reporter.
Yeah.
Doing her report into us on those kind of things.
Well, let me just throw this out on communication. I'll be sitting at my house and my cell phone signal drop out. All right? But we're supposed to be talking to a spaceship that's on Mars.
Okay.
And they driving that spaceship on the planet Mars taking pictures. Now, they can control a robot on Mars, and they can't keep a signal at my house.
Okay.
So they've got communication systems intact that you're not aware of.
Yeah.
And that would blow our mind.
I'll save my comment. Listen, I'll save my comment for when we talk about it because I got some information that was given to me about the signals and all. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm just saying they're not going to let us know all the communications that they have available. But if you think of the space program, and you think of how sorry our connections are down here,
right?
And they've got good connections all the way to outer space,
right?
Yeah, they've got the technology. Communications in the government's not going to be a problem.
Well, and the things that's happening right now, when we broadcast out of the studio where we're at right now, we broadcast via the internet. We go all the way to Canada.
Right.
It shoots all the way to Canada, and it's broadcast back over the web from Canada.
Yeah.
And that's those people listening over the Ustream or via the web is listening that way. Then if we're going to go to the tower, 17 miles away, we stream across the web to the tower down there and broadcast out the top of the tower. So our communications, it's all interlinked different ways, and they'll be tied in the same way. Anyway, I've enjoyed our program tonight.
We had a good time.
Yep. It's been today. It's been a great program. Walmart. I'm leaving to go by there.
It's good to have Brother John Aguilar with us today.
It sure
Bishop
is.
John, thank you for coming.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah.
I've learned something. Didn't have much to contribute.
Well,
but
you can go to the Walmart store thing and check it all out. Go to YouTube. Underground plumbing problems means what? Tunnels active. Something active about a tunnel is taking place.
Why don't you go? You said you're going to Walmart. Talk to the manager. See what they know about.
Do you know anything about any tunnels under this place?
Ask him if he knows about martial law and they're part of it.
Yeah. I mean, just go in and of course, they got all the security cameras in that place.
Yeah. You
go into the place. I mean, they got all kind of security cameras and everything that's there. I mean, you go in, they check you out.
But don't be surprised if they don't know anything. Many of those things are kept. I mean, you just a worker at Walmart. You really don't know what's really going on until they close. Many of them stores, maybe they're closing them stores because they have to do some plumbing.
Exactly.
So that's when you start hearing stuff on the stores about plumbing or in any building now who has plumbing problems.
Especially huge type warehouses.
Let's start thinking about when they start hearing they got plumbing problems. You need to be tuned into that. That's going to be something special there, isn't it? Yeah. All right.
Thank you for joining us. I've been the host for the program along with Pastor Henry Shaffer. Good to have Brother John again, Brother Bishop.
For having me.
Thank you. God bless you. And we're going to bring it to a close. That's my closing comment. Y'all chew on that a while. We'll be back next week.
Well, I didn't want to upset anybody about the Walmart stores. But if it has upset you, I say, God help them overcome any instability, any heartburn they would have. I did not mean to cause anybody to have any heartburns with Walmart.
And you guys, let's go to Walmart.
That's my favorite store. So I've been your host along with Steve Hall and Bishop John Aguilar. Thank you so much for tuning in to a special edition of End Time Revelation. And like I say, you can go to YouTube. You can check it out on YouTube in about 10 minutes. It'll be up on there. Studio WUCC. You can check us out. And we will see you next time, God willing, here, a special edition, End Time Revelations. God bless you as you serve the Lord. Thank you for tuning in today. We've been your hosts, Henry Shaffer and Steve Hall. The end times are here. Anything is possible. Are you ready? Don't miss the next episode of Special Edition, End Time Revelation.